Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a lying down position. Bring your legs long and heavy in front of you. Bring your arms to your side. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. And take these first few moments to come into your breath. With every inhale, allow your ribs and your belly to expand. And every exhale, feel your body get heavier into your mat. Pull your knees into your chest, grab hold of your knees, and maybe bring your forehead up to your knees if that feels comfortable. You can take some little movement here if you want to roll from side to side. And then lower your head down, pull your right knee into your chest, and grab the inside edge of your right foot with your right hand. Pull your right knee to your right armpit, and then bring your right foot across your body just a little bit. So try to keep your right lower back on the ground as you bring the right leg across your body. And then take that again. Open your right leg out to the side. You can switch hands. Take a moment here and then bring your right leg so it comes just slightly across your body. And you can switch hands so your foot comes to your left hand. And we'll do this about 3 more times. You can have a nice big bend through your right knee. And if you need to, you can have a bend through your left leg as well. This is just a way to start to gently lubricate through your right hip. So maybe you're grabbing your right foot, or maybe you're holding on to your shin or your knee if that feels more accessible. And now on this last one, just allow the leg to swipe out to the right side. And then bring it across. Just barely try to keep your lower back on the ground. And then on this last one, we're gonna move this all the way to a twist. So take your right leg all the way over to the left side. Let your lower right back come up off the mat. You can extend through your arms. And if it feels accessible in your neck, bring your gaze over to your right fingertips. Breathe into your twist. Every exhale, allow yourself to get a little bit deeper and heavier into your twist. And now slowly bring yourself back. Pull your right knee into your chest. Give it one more gentle tug. And then release your right leg for a moment. Let it be long in front of you. Just take a moment. Notice if you feel any differences between your legs. And now we'll swap sides. Pull your left knee into your chest. And then with your left hand, grab either the inside or outside edge of your left foot or ankle. And I like to use my right hand to press the top of my right hip down to the ground. Now start to take this swipe of your left leg just barely across your body. So try to keep your lower left back on the mat. And then bring your left leg back out to the left side. So we're not quite coming into that full twist. We're experiencing a nice opening into the outer edge of your left thigh. And we'll take this about 5 times. You can move at your own pace. You can have a nice juicy bend of your left knee. And maybe you're able to grab hold of your foot, or maybe you need to bring your hand a little lower down on your leg, maybe your shin or your knee, wherever is accessible to you, just so we're starting to get a little bit of lubrication into your left hip joint. And take one more of these. Just a very gentle swipe of your left leg out to the left side. Getting a little bit of inner thigh, groin work there. And then take the left leg across your body and let it continue to go across into a full twist. Expand through your arms, gaze over towards your left hand, and breathe into this space. Every exhale, allow that twist to go a little bit deeper. And if your left shoulder is coming up off the ground, that's okay, but try to heavy as much as you can your left shoulder down to the ground. Bring yourself back to center, pull your left knee in, pull your right knee in, and rock and roll yourself up. We'll come to a downward facing dog. Flip your toes, lift your hips. Take a moment to pedal out through your feet and lift your right leg up into the air. Bend your right knee and open your hip. Really try to rotate your right hip open and then bend your right knee as though you're trying to get your right heel to the back of your left knee. So it's gonna feel a little more like a side opener. Now pull your right knee forward between your legs, step your foot between your hands, lower your back knee to the ground. You can allow your front knee to jut slightly over your front ankle. And then lift up through your back leg. We're coming into a big pyramid stretch. So you can keep your back heel lifted and try to lift your front toes up off the ground. And we're gonna move between these two poses. So rebend into your front right knee, maybe allow the knee to jut over the ankle, soften your back knee to the ground, take a little lift of your chest, and then extend through both of your legs as best as you can and try to lift your front right toes up off the ground as you dig your front right heel down. And we'll take one more set just like this. Come back into your lunge, lift your heart, lift your chin as you bend your front knee. And then try to straighten through both of your legs, send your hips up and flex your front foot. Now bend into your front knee and slide your left foot forward. So the inside edge of your left foot will come to your right heel. So you're making kind of this T shape with your feet. Pull your right hip back, option to soften through your knees if this is feeling pretty intense, especially into that right outer thigh. Option to stay right here, or option to crawl your fingers towards the right diagonal of your mat. That's going to create a little more stretch or lengthening into your left lower back, the left QL, and you're also probably still feeling maybe an intense stretch into your right IT band. That's your right outer thigh. Feel free to soften through your front knee or both of your knees if you need to do that. Bring your torso back to center. Bring all of your toes so they point forward. Soften through your knees. Roll yourself up to stand. Reach your arms up, look up to your hands, and then exhale, forward fold. In your forward fold, bring your feet so they're about hips width distance. Soften your knees and roll to the outer edges of your feet. Allow your head to drop. It's going to be a moment to target through your outer shins. It may feel kind of intense. Just breathe into that space and again, allow your knees to be nice and soft. Take a few more moments of breath here. You may be even feeling this into your outer thighs as well. Bring your feet back to normal and step your feet back long behind you, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and then lift your left hip so you're really open through your left side. Bend your left knee and try to bring your left heel to the back of your right knee. So you're gonna get a little bit more opening and stretch into the left side body. Step your left foot so it comes between your hands. Soften your back knee down to the ground, lift your chin and your chest. Take a few moments of breath here. Allow your chest to jut forward and your knee can be slightly over your front ankle. Then we transition, flip your back toes and lift your hips up. Flex your front foot and pull your left toes up towards the ceiling. Dig your left heel down into the mat. Option to bend through your front left knee. Take a few big breaths here, and we'll move between these two postures. So rebend into your left knee. Option to lower your back knee to the mat as you lift your chest and your chin. Take a nice big breath here. Allow your hips to be heavy. And then flip your back toes and lift your hips. Try to straighten through both of your legs and flex your left toes up to the ceiling. Take a few big breaths here. And then one last go around, soften into your front left knee. Allow your left knee to jut over your left ankle. Lift the heart, lift the chin. And then flip your back toes and lift your hips up into this long pyramid shape. Try to drop your head as best as you can. And now shift your back foot so it comes forward. So your front foot is bisecting your back foot, meaning your front toes are pointing straight forward and your right toes are pointing out to this side. Soften through one or both of your knees. This can feel pretty intense, especially for your right IT band. Option to stay as you are, or option to walk your fingertips to the left diagonal of your mat. And again, allow your knees to be soft in order to come into this shape. Feel your toes spread on the mat. Feel your feet really planted. Bring your torso back if you've moved it. Separate your feet about hips width distance and roll yourself back up to stand. Reach your arms up overhead, find a small back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet, and once again, roll to the outer edges of your feet. So we're coming into this supinated forward fold. You may be feeling a little more of a pull into your outer shins. This is an area we maybe don't stretch as often. So it may feel pretty intense. Just allow breath to facilitate the stretch. Notice if you're holding on to tension in your jaw or your neck. Try to release any tension you're holding on to that's not serving the posture. Bring your feet back to normal. Bend your knees and come all the way down to sit. Extend your legs as best you can. Take your left hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Bend your right knee. Then reach your right arm back, up, and around like a big front stroke, and then swap. So your right hand comes to your left foot. Bend your left knee and take your left hand back, up, and around. And repeat. Grab the outer edge of your right foot. Right hand goes back, up, and around, and switch. Just coming into these swimming motions. And we'll take about one more each side. Be finding a nice release into your lower side back or into your hamstrings and IT bands. Now from here, take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Pull your right knee to your chest. Bring your right hand back behind you. Kind of brace yourself. Option to keep your right knee bent or option to extend your right leg. Now your right hand can stay down on the ground, or you could lift your right hand and then take your right leg so it comes across your body, and then cross your right ankle over your left ankle into a cross-legged forward fold. Another moment to target into your IT band on the right side. Breathe into that space. Slowly roll yourself up. Unravel your feet and we'll do the opposite side. Grab the outside or inside edge of your left foot with your right hand, and then start to bring your left foot across your body. Your left hand can be lifted or it could be back on the mat for some extra support. Feel this nice open twist, and then cross your left ankle on top of your right ankle and release into a cross-legged forward fold. And take a few moments for breath. Finding some opening into your left IT band. Slowly roll your body up. Come into a cross-legged position. Bring your hands to rest on your knees or your thighs. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. Let these last few moments of this session be in stillness and silence. Come back to your breath. Notice and acknowledge any shifts you may feel, maybe physically, or maybe just with the breath. Thank you for joining us today. And that's your flow.